everyone, so today we're going to learn how to cook some Brussels sprouts. Okay, so first off, we're going to put it on a plate. So I put it on this little paper plate that I have, and we're going to look through them and see what Brussels sprouts need to be cut. So you can see the ends of some of them still kind of have like the stem rooted on them, so we're going to cut those off. So there's one. Here's another one. So you don't want those ends. I'm gonna cut those off, and then once we're done cutting off all of the ends, we're going to season them with olive oil and some garlic and onion powder and some thyme, maybe some rosemary. And we're gonna choose when we get to that point. So I'm just gonna look through, just cut all the ends off that I see. There aren't a ton. And you can also cut, these have already been cut, but you can cut them into smaller pieces. So if you look and see, like these two pieces would have gone together. That's usually like the size of a Brussels sprout. But where I bought them at, they had already pre-cut them. So they're already small enough. We don't have to cut them anymore. Just kind of take out the bad ones. See, some of these still have the roots on them. Take those out. But all of the other ones look pretty good. So, okay, now that we have it cut, if we need them cut, we're going to spread some olive oil across the top of them. So just spread it once down. And then we're going to use a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon. We're gonna get our garlic and get our garlic out of here. And then just spread that on. And then we're going to use some onion powder. Get in there with it, spread it out. Get a tablespoon of garlic powder and then spread that on as well. And then a trick to see if you want to use which herb you want to use. Like I said, we have rosemary and thyme. What you can do is you can open it and you can smell it and kind of see which one smells good to you. And that rosemary smells good. So we're going to take a tablespoon of this as well, or teaspoon, sorry, all these are teaspoons. Spread that across the top of it, and then let me see, that thyme smells good too, so I'm gonna do just a little bit. Again, a teaspoon, spread it all around. And then we're gonna do about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna spread that all around the top of it. And then we're gonna do it again. 1/4, I got these little packets of pepper and salt. And then we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then that down, and then we're going to mix it with our hands. So you're going to make sure your hands are clean. So make sure you clean your hands before you do this. I cleaned my hands before, so they're ready to go. So you're going to take it and you're just going to spread it all around with your hands. Make sure that the herbs and the salt and the pepper get on everything, and the olive oil, because you don't want to cook it and have olive oil on just one section, because then the Brussels sprouts will burn. So spread it all up, making sure it's nice and spread. Okay. All right. Looks pretty spread. Looks good. It smells delicious. I'm gonna wash my hands. The herbs and the salt and the pepper get on everything, and the olive oil, because you don't want to cook it and have olive oil on just one section, because then the Brussels sprouts will burn. Spread it all up, making sure it's nice and spread. Okay. All right. Looks pretty spread. Looks good. It smells delicious. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then we're gonna let it sit. We're gonna let it sit for a minute, and we're gonna go over here and look at the oven. Now I've set the oven temperature to 400. So I set that oven temperature to 400 and I clicked bake, and then I clicked up to make sure I got to 400. At first it said preheat and then it said oven. Preheat is when it's warming up, and the preheat just went off, so that means that it's ready for me to put in the Brussels sprouts. But before I did anything, I went and checked to make sure there wasn't anything in the oven. There wasn't, so I clicked start, and so now it's ready for us to put in the Brussels sprouts. So I've got a pan. I'm just gonna gently move those around. Kind of want to spread them out a little bit so they don't, so have a little bit of room to cook. You could put some foil below them, so then it's easier to clean the pan afterwards, but I decided to forego the foil and just use the pan. And like I said, there's olive oil on it, so that'll keep the Brussels sprouts from burning. So we're gonna put this in the oven. Put that in the oven. I'm gonna set a timer for about 25 minutes. And then they're gonna see, there it goes. And then we'll see what they look like when they come out. Okay, the timer just went off. So we're gonna check on the Brussels sprouts. They're looking pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and pull them out. It's hot in there, so make sure you have like an oven there or something to keep from burning yourself. So we're gonna pull them out. One way to check and see if Brussels sprouts are done is to see how tender they are. So I'm just gonna pull it. Oh yeah, they're pretty tender. See how it's easy to cut? There we go, those are ready. So we're gonna let them sit for a little bit, and then they'll be ready to eat. They gotta cool down for a bit, but once they're nice and cool, they will be ready to eat. And like I said, they go good with chicken, grilled chicken, or some type of fish. They have a lot of healthy nutrients to them, so they're a really good food to eat for your body. So if you're looking for a healthy meal, it's definitely a great side to have. So once you have the Brussels sprouts out of the oven, you can taste one, and you taste it and you're like, oh, it still needs a little bit more seasoning. What you can do is you can take some salt and pepper, and you can go ahead over there and salt it a little bit more. It'll kind of give it more of a French fry taste to it. And then try them. So I'm going to turn off the oven. Turned off, the timer is off. And now we're gonna click cancel here to turn off the oven. You wanna make sure that everything is turned off on your eye and in the oven before you leave the kitchen. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Brussels sprouts. Stay tuned and we'll have some more cooking episodes coming your way.